Okay, I am live. Good morning. It is morning for me, and I decided to jump on first thing today, partly because I I wanted to try and do a reading without the distractions. As much as I love my little helper, um, sometimes it is really hard to focus and concentrate, which is something I really need to be able to do when I'm given a message. So I'm going to do this today, this morning, and maybe later we'll just do a little fun, silly thing if he wants to get on and do something. But anyway, real quick, apologies for any weirdness on this video. My Wi-Fi is not great, so parts cut out. The audio and video end up off pretty much in every video. So bear with me, and thanks for sticking around. Today I'm going to be using the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, and I'm going to finish it off with the numerology guidance cards by Michelle Buchanan. Okay, so another thing that I realized last night is that I pick these cards and I talk about them, one by one as I pick them. And what has been happening is once I finish the video and then I start kind of thinking about what to write in the title, write for the title and the description, another message comes through, like it's kind of the cohesive message of all the cards together. So I'm going to attempt to give that cohesive message before I end the video. We'll see how it goes, because it does take, it takes a minute of my time, and don't want to take up a bunch of time with dead air. So I've already shuffled. I just shuffled again a couple times. I'm going to cut the deck this time. And here we go. What's our first card? Two of Fire on a giraffe. The giraffe is holding a lantern hanging from its mouth. Lighting the way. What's that about? Opened right to it. Two of Fire. Creative planning for the future. Mapping progress. Trusting in the unknown. Spirit-inspired ambition. Whenever I can't see how my dreams will coalesce into form, I can trust in the process of co-creation, something new. I've already started to make progress, and soon my passion will attract the perfect situation for me. The light of spirit helps me to see my way and feel the universe aligning to bring me what I need. Spirit is a giraffe. Lighting the way. Yeah, so potentially something has begun. You've begun something, and it may not be very clear right now where it's heading, what exactly you're supposed to be doing. And it's a time to call upon your faith and your trust in a higher power. There's something that is assisting you, and it's tapping into that knowing that you will be led where you need to go. You will be given the information you need when you need it. I used an analogy recently about driving at night. And when we're driving at night, we can only see, roughly 20 feet ahead of us, that the lights illuminate. But we know as we drive that the next section will become illuminated, and the next section after that. We have the trust that we are going to be led on the right road, on the right path where we need to go. And so it's about just taking each step, and the next step will become clear. You can't know what's going to be, up the road, say 100 feet, until you actually get to that point. You can anticipate, but it's better to just enjoy the drive, enjoy each moment where you're at, and when you get to that point, all will be revealed. And it could be simply feeling inspired. You might get an idea that you hadn't thought of before. There might be a song that you hear where the lyrics suddenly speak to you, or a conversation you have with someone that suddenly makes things click. There's no way of telling until you actually get there. So just trust and know that you're doing the right thing, and keep going. Like I said, all will be revealed. All right, what's next? 4 of air. I'm thinking I got this one before. 4 of air. Air, fire. Fire's all about passion and movement. Air's about kind of the mental space and thoughts. 4 of air, healing, meditation, rest, recuperation. I'm telling you, these same messages keep coming through. It's really remarkable. It's time to rest my mind and allow peace to take the place of busyness or boredom. The mind needs quiet to think and find clarity. If I allow my mind to rest, I will have greater clarity and my mind will be sharper. This is the time for a break. I need to take care of myself. So, yeah, this is one of the reasons that you don't have the full story yet. You don't know the full picture, because you need to take time to rest and go within. And it's in that quiet space where inspiration often comes. I've heard many talk about how they get their best ideas in the shower. I've heard somebody say they love to go for bike rides, and that's where the inspiration comes. It's doing the things that nourish you, that you're doing to care for yourself. That's the place where you will figure out the next step forward. If we're busy all the time, we don't have the chance to drop in to ourselves. And another thing I've talked about recently is that quiet voice of intuition that often gets drowned out by the busyness, by the loud voice of ego, of what we think we need to get done, and all the stuff, all the things. There's so much in life, and it's really important to take the time to just be silent, so that you can listen, so that you can hear that voice. And this is why meditation is so great, or quiet contemplation, prayer, anything that is going to allow you to just tune everything out for a little bit and get centered, get focused. All right, what's next? Ooh, okay. Tower. The Tower. Tower's a big deal. This is a major arcana. This is something that when the Tower comes up, it means that something has not been built on solid foundation, and it is time for it to come down. And oftentimes when the Tower shows up, it's because we have held on to something for too long, way past its expiration date. And this is the universe's way of saying, I'm cutting you off. You're done. You had a chance to make the choice, and now you didn't do it. So now I'm taking care of it for you. And the Tower is usually quite disruptive. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's the big shakeup. It's usually the change that we don't necessarily want, but we really, really need. And it can be painful. It can also be really awesome, and it can be really wonderful, like getting amazing news out of the blue that, again, kind of changes things up. Who knows? Maybe you suddenly, you're offered an amazing job, that requires you to move, or maybe it's someone coming into your life with some kind of amazing news where it's like somehow it changes the foundational structure of your life. I'm going to read what it says in the book. I haven't chosen the Tower in this deck yet, so I'm really curious. Tower, surprises. Things happen really fast when this card shows up in a reading. Its appearance could portend a total paradigm shift or a sudden upheaval that takes something away in order for something better to take its place. It could be that I've had an epiphany. Whatever it is, this card tells me unexpected events will be very interesting and offer opportunities for positive transformation if I remain present with my eyes open. So this is these three cards. Movement, taking time to heal. I really think the Tower represents, well, it's always going to be positive. Even when something happens that feels completely like it turns your life upside down and inside out. And I know a lot of us have experienced this in this last year. We need to rest because something big and transformative is about to happen or is happening. And we need to fortify ourselves, prepare ourselves for the next phase, which is imminent. And one reader that I follow says when the Tower shows up in a reading, it means it's happening now. Timing in tarot, timing is very fluid. There's no such thing as time. That's very much a construct of our 3D reality. In reality, everything is happening at once. It's very hard for me to wrap my brain around this, but I've heard this concept for decades. And so the Tower, I don't know. Like, from one reader to another, from one reading to another. It talks about, it could be that this is going to happen soon or it's happening now. Regardless, you need to prepare for something major. And remember that you're not in this alone, that you are being guided, that this is happening for your best good, to allow something better to come in. So take the time to really go within, to really nurture yourself and take care of yourself. Oh, it gives me chills. It's really exciting, actually. It can be very hard to embrace change, but I would say in every case, change is what's required to help us step into the next level of our lives. As long as, what did it say? As long as we keep our eyes open and stay present and allow for that change to be the catalyst that brings that positive change. I know that some people get really stuck on wanting things to stay the same. And it's sort of like, as this door of opportunity is opening in front of them, they're spending all their time looking at the door that's closed behind them, grieving and wallowing, and not just looking forward and stepping through that door. That's really what the tower is about. So embrace it, because it's going to make your journey so much easier. And I'm telling you, the cards just keep telling me there's amazing things coming once you step on this journey. And it seems, according to these cards, it really seems like you have already begun. I think simply just having the idea, the inspiration, that is the beginning, because that something is happening to us energetically. Things are shifting in a really dramatic way, and we are being called to really step into who we truly are. And maybe we haven't really been in touch with that part of ourselves for, could be our whole lives. But it's really a time to wake up to who we are. It is very matrixy. And I think if we spend so much time sort of looking back, that there is a certain amount of grieving and mourning that needs to happen around, whatever is going away. But if we're wallowing too much, then then we end up being pushed through the door in front of us. And that can be very jarring, and very much like in the Matrix when he first wakes up. And it's just like, it's so scary and so freaky. Whereas if we can just gracefully release and be present and be open to what's coming, and to actually consciously step through that door that's open in front of us, then it makes the transition so much easier and quicker, and just much more fluid, not as jarring. It's beautiful. This is a really exciting reading. This is great. Okay, so I'm going to pick a numerology card now. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Let's get this shuffled. That was not a great shuffle, so I'm going to give it one more try. All right, do it one more time. I'm going to start cutting the cards after I shuffle. Okay. What do we need? What's the card? Card of the day. Ooh. Self-love. Yep. Self-love. This is all you need to to thrive, to step through that door and own this new phase in your life. It, Sorry, there's lots of thoughts coming in. One thought I have is, and I've said this a few times, is I'm a big fan of RuPaul. And RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? Can I get an amen? And it's so true. And where we are going requires that we really learn to love ourselves at the core, that we learn it's about forgiveness, forgiving ourselves for the mistakes that we've made in the past. It's about embracing our greatness. We are each here for a reason. We each have something very special and unique to bring to the world that no one else can. And so it's about owning that. And that is what is the key, is that secret ingredient to realizing all the amazing things that are available to you. It starts with self-love. And I also, the thought keeps coming to me about this idea of coming together. This has been another recurring theme, that we are, as we step onto this new path, other people are doing the same, and we are coming together with these like-minded people, our tribe. And in order to do that, in order to meet other people on that frequency, we really have to have that self-love. That's the foundation. And then we can come together, and then we can give love to others, because we have it. We already have it for ourselves. And once it's there, then it's just overflowing and can go to whoever. If it's not there, then what ends up happening is we are looking for others to give us the love that we don't. Dependency happens. It's how relationships form on a not solid foundation, and those relationships don't last. So focus on the self-love and nurture yourself, take care of yourself, because big things are happening, like huge, like life-changing, totally paradigm-shifting, transformational stuff. So yes, this is really good. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, great rest of your tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. Mm-hmm.